Prime Minister and leader of the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness, during yesterday's 78th party conference, said that harsher penalties are coming for those who are found with illegal firearms in their possession, and his personal view is that consideration of punishment for those found in possession of illegal firearms should begin at the death penalty.
There needs to be stiffer penalties for those people who import the weapon, who provide the weapons to the killers, who lock the weapons, who use them to intimidate people. There should be the harshest penalties for them. They should start at the highest level. They shouldn't get automatic bargaining, plea bargaining. There is a view sometimes held that man have the gun to defend himself. And so sometimes people get light sentences because they are able to say, well, the gun is there for my defense. That must be rejected. We must have a movement to disarm Jamaica of illegal guns. And the only way that you should get any reduction in sentencing is if you tell us where the gun come from, how you get it, who sent it come. And as you give us information, so you get a reduction in your sentence. That's what should be. So we are preparing a new Firearms Act. I wish it could be that draconian. But we will do our best to send a signal that we will not tolerate illegal firearms in this country.
Meanwhile, the Prime Minister says to address the culture of violence in the country, several pieces of legislation will be coming to the Parliament as early as January. Chief among them, he says, is a new Firearms Act. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says he will not accept a suggestion from the opposition that waves of murder, which Jamaica has been experiencing for some time, do not require emergency intervention, outlining the successes reaped with the use of SOEs over that past 3 years.
If you follow some of the conversation, the opposition would have us believe that the SOEs have not been successful. And I wish to repeat that in St. James, when we called the SOEs on the 18th of January 2018 to the 31st of January 2019, murders were reduced by 70%. 70%. In the tri-parish SOEs, which we call from the 30th of April 2019 to the 17th of August 2019, murders were reduced by 25%. In St. Andrew South, the least of the apostles, we call an SOE from the 17th of July 2019 to the 17th of August 2020, we saw a 3% reduction in murders. In the Kingston East SOE, from the 26th of January 2020 to the 17th of August 2020, 37% reduction in murders. And in the Kingston Central SOE, from the 14th of June 2020 to the 17th of August 2020, a 38% reduction in murders. Why am I pointing this out? Yes, there is no debate. To solve the murder crisis, we need to treat with violence the underlying cause. That is a long-term solution. In the short term, the government has a responsibility to preserve life.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of National Security Dr. Horace Chang, in addressing the conference, outlined additional crime-fighting strategies that the government is working on to rid the society of crime and violence.
In the area of crime, there are many who offer solutions, but we have to face the fact. Crime in this country has become endemic, encouraged by urban decay spreading across our cities. Rural poverty especially in areas of the old sugar plantations where nothing was done to structurally move from sugar into an area of productive agriculture. These are things that have resulted in the highest incidence of crime across the southern belt, extending from central and south Clarendon into the corporate area, the sugar belts of Clarendon, St. Catherine, and the urban decay of the corporate area. And of course, the sugar belt of the west in Westmoreland, Hanover, and St. James. But this government is committed to putting in place the resources that is required. There'll be no overnight solution. There's no knee-jerk reaction because it's deeply embedded. We face that challenge. We are going to invest in the security forces as we have been doing, but there's a way to go. After years of neglect, we have had to put in place significant financing, and the job is not yet done. But the men are working hard, and we'll ensure that we can get them to a place where they can deal with this effective criminal menace. We are going to put resources in these urban areas of urban decay to offer the young people of these communities hope again. The work of the Prime Minister in setting up the National Service Corps, the work in extending training for heart and ensuring that young people, and in particular young men, can see a future is crucial to overcoming this criminal issue. We could spend the day discussing it, but what I want to assure this country, we are aware, we see the problem, and we are committed to it.
Dr. Chang concluded by pointing out that the JLP party has many reasons to celebrate.
78 years of working for the people of Jamaica, and in particular giving a voice to the voiceless and working for the working class people of this country. We have many reasons to celebrate. This is the first conference in September 2020 when the people of Jamaica gave us 49 seats out of 63. I feel proud to have been the General Secretary of the Labour Party as we took this step. A message was sent to Jamaica. The Jamaica Labour Party is the natural working majority in this democracy, and we can feel proud of our party. But we celebrate today with a level of consciousness of the major challenges that this government faces. No other government has faced the challenges that the Jamaica Labour Party today faces in the country. We got hit by the pandemic of COVID-19. The last pandemic was 100 years ago. There was no textbook formula. The Prime Minister and his team handled it with exceptional brilliance.
Reporting for Mellow TV News, I'm Killeen May.